Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are out there. Antagonizer back here with you after the U.S. holiday Thanksgiving. Hope everyone either had a great Thanksgiving or a fantastic Thursday. And I hope you had a safe day on Black Friday because it's cold out there and people be crazy. So, you're wondering why you're probably not hearing anything. It's because this game has no audio on the main screen. Which is weird. But gonna be completely open with you guys. This is it's a story. It's an interactive story. So there is a lot of dialogue, and I will be doing voices as best as I can for this game. So I might have to pause for some liquid refreshment. I got water here. I got coffee. I forgot to make tea. And I also lost my save game. So we are starting back from the beginning. I streamed this way back when I first started streaming when, no one watched at the time. They didn't watch a damn thing that I put out. But that's cool. I get to do it fresh and new with all of you here. So let's just jump on into it, huh? Alright, new game. January 1st, 1848. The Chateau Crinier of Baron Roguel. Is that Monsieur Grenouille? Oh, mon Dieu! Dame Cataline, what have you done? Act 1. A Cat with Claws.
It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Well. Look, you finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they said about the early bird falcon?
Too early for worms. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon.
There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first.
Business?
A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet.
It's probably just small junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors.
Alright. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing you today because my daughter, Dame Cataline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She's being held at l'Arc-en-Ciel prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would greatly be in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Seigneur Potois de Miao of the de Miao estate.
Well, this is quite something.
I know! Your first serious client in months!
Not just that, the de Miao estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Cataline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. Hey Raymond, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard this train wreck of my voice acting.
Wow! I suppose you intend on defending Dame Cataline in court?
Of course! It would be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at La Consigliere. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Excellent! My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I better file away Signor de Miao's letter first. One moment, Falcon.
The Pertois letter has been added to your evidence folder. Boop. Legal aid. You may access any time, blah blah blah. This. Yeah. Nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that.
Again? I recall you losing it at a New Year's party. And at Christmas.
Yes, alright. No need to make a list. Pick picked up 20 francs. Let's make a move. Alright. Map screen. From here you can travel to any listed area by clicking on location name or location node. Oh, by the way, I apologize to anyone who knows French or can speak French. I'm going to butcher probably every name and or location. Fair warning. Clock symbol take a whole day to visit. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of the consigliere prison. Sullen-faced guards and visitors linger beneath the medieval archways. Ah, the consigliere. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable, the cells are spotless, the guards are well-mannered. Hey, what do you want? Good day, monsieur. I don't know why they're all English in my head, just so you know. I'm here to see Dame Cataline de Miao. I'm due to represent her in court. Ah, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, fine, follow me. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. Sigh. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? Dame Cataline de Miao, I presume? You've arrived, the fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Faucon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Music was good. I am flattered. Oh, I'm flattered. Ah, wrong voice. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in his address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listening under Aviary attorney would pay off. Let's get down to business. Dame Cataline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you want to know? What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was a Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived from Chateau Crinier, the home of the great Baron Roguier. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all through dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments, but I don't really understand most of it. But after dinner, this man with a camera came to take a photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man took a what? Man with a what took your what? Camera. It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing! I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. Please continue, Dame Cataline. So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's when I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemaid saw me standing over
the froggy monsieur, and called for help, and then the piece arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur.
It must have been terrifying.
It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon?
Dame Catelyn, who attended the banquet that evening? Side note, she actually already told you, Falcon.
Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest maman couldn't make it. And then there was Baron Roguel, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid, Colleen, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, until, he died. And there was Monsieur Robito de Ribino, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Did you see anything suspicious? Dame Catelyn, did you see anything suspicious that evening?
Suspicious?
Like, maybe a guy looking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon.
Mr. Falcon, I do believe you are looking for an easy answer.
You got me.
I did not see anything, I am afraid. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the instant.
I see.
Wait! Falcon! You missed something of huge importance!
Give me one moment here, sorry folks. Right. I did?
Dame Catelyn, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was!
You and your damn stomach.
Let me see. We had a poached red herring to start, garnished with a garlic butter. Go on. Then a marbled steak, served perfect bloody rare. Glorious. Falcon, write this down.
What? This can't possibly be relevant to the case.
Write it all down, please, for me.
Fine, fine. This game is ridiculous. Bloody rare steak has been added to my evidence folder. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach.
Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery.
No cutlery? Even for steak?
Nope. You'd think that the great Baron of Chateau Cremier would have gorgeous silverware, but there was none to be seen.
That is a little peculiar.
Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon?
No, I think that will be all.
So what's the plan now, Falcon?
The way I see it, we have two tasks. We should head to Chateau Cremier and try to see the scene of the murder for ourselves. And we should try to track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Robito de Robinio.
2 days for 2 tasks? Seems doable.
But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Wait, Monsieur Falcon, before you go. You do believe my story, don't you?
I believe in justice. I'm not like Batman. Nope, no answer.
That's cold, Falcon. Dame Catelyn, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Roguel. These names are getting a bit confusing, aren't they?
Not particularly.
Well, it is for me. I'm gonna start compiling a Facebook so they can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A Facebook! It's a collection of people's names, pictures, and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalog.
I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Facebook. The froggy businessman. You can access the people by clicking it at any time. Let's make a move. A new day. Automatically saves at the start of each new day, but you can also make a quick save at any time. You can save and quit. And pause menu. Alright, let's head to the chateau. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Crenier. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows.
Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little girl is sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd happen to have some spare change.
What will you do? I am going to give them 10 francs to the kangaroo people. Here you go. Stay safe, madam.
Oh, wow. Bless you, messieurs, bless you. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon.
Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child can make it through the last of winter is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We've got business to attend to. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-paneled foyer of Chateau Crenier.
Wow! Look at this place! Baron Roguel must be loaded!
More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything on this side of the Sinai.
Is he here right now?
Yes, he's that smug-looking chap with the impressive name. Alright. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse.
I'm Baron! We'd like a word! How's that?
Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog.
You can thank me later. I think I got his attention.
Did I hear my name? The great Baron Rogwell, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators?
Not quite. I am private attorney J.J. Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson.
Lawyers, huh? You know you aren't the first to have passed through here today.
Oh?
Yes, yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning. Asked a bunch of questions, then hopped away before I heard the answers. Most curious.
Do you know who he was, Sparrowson?
Perhaps. I have a hunch. We'll be seeing him at the trial.
A friend of yours?
Something like that.
So what may I do for you, messieurs?
We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening.
Of course. And such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you monsieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves from a war.
Actually, yes, that would be fantastic.
Well, be my guest. You'll find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That would be where we gathered for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident.
Oh, can we see the finished photograph?
I'm afraid not. It is my understanding that the photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It is a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time.
That's no good to us. The trial may be over by then.
Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron.
It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations.
So, where should we go first?
Let's check out the site of the murder first. Dame Cataline has said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain. So this must be the very spot where the murder took place.
Hey, Falcon! Do the crime scene investigation thing!
The crime scene investigation thing?
Yeah, you know, the thing where you can all eagle-eyed and analyze every object in excruciating detail.
You mean search for evidence?
Yeah, do that!
That's not a bad suggestion. It wouldn't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. In investigation mode, you're free to examine the scenery. If you have enough, you can find nothing else, examine, click X at the top right corner. Alright. Another beautiful made horse statue.
You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yep, eventually we realized it was just filling up on horse divorce.
Ugh, terrible. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face.
That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar and the barkeep says,
Why the long face? Yes, we've all heard that one.
What? No. The barkeep says, you gotta stop coming in here. You're drinking us under the stable.
I think it's time to rein in the horse jokes. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the low basin.
It's a shame we can't see what's in the upper basin from here. That'll be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon.
That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wade in to take a closer look, just to be sure.
Yeah, I suppose we should.
Oh, I apologize. I wasn't being direct enough. What I mean to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look in the upper basin.
Me? No way! If you want to do wading, do it yourself.
I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle in a fountain around like a duck in a lake.
Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet.
Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it?
Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin, you call the outcome, get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squigglies?
I wish that was actually the option. Plant squigglies? It's called a wreath, Sparrowson. Sure, I'll bet on the plant squigglies.
Here I go. It's heads. Should have gone with the old Emperor, Falcon.
Gah, fine. Hold my shoes.
Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost. Ah, you're back. Had a good swim?
No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though.
What is this? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me that you picked up a...
Very wet cigar butt? Possibly belonging to Baron Roguel? Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all.
I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. Is there anything else we need to do here?
Yes, there is.
A finely crafted horse statue.
The mane almost looks lifelike.
Would you say it behooves you to stroke it?
No. No, I would not. Baron Roguel certainly likes his horse statues.
I don't mind the horse statues, but the little cherub people creep me out. Babies should be waiting, not attempting saddleless horseback riding.
Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died.
You see any bloody footprints? Oh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood, written with the frog's last breath.
Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved, or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. Alright, I think... Yep, that was it. I think we're done here.
Good call. But are you sure you don't want to take another dip? We still have time.
Don't push your luck. Second floor, third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken.
Psst! Hey, Falcon! Did you see that?
See what?
That housemaid totally did something shifty.
Shifty?
I think she just pocketed something from that drawer. You should totally call her out on it.
Excuse me, mademoiselle.
Oh! Yes. Are you two policemen?
No. We're private attorneys. My name's J.J. Falcon.
And I'm Sparrowson. Oh, how rude of me. My name is Coldring Dart. So, what can I help you myself with today?
We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Do you mind if we ask you a couple questions?
That's fine. Just let me grab a chair. That's better. What was it you wanted to ask?
We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room?
Oh, yes! You're in the right place. I saw the photograph session for myself. Let's see. The cameraman standing just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon.
And where was the camera pointed?
Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Baron insisted on using that very location.
Now that I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock.
I know! The painting on it totally clashes with the decor.
I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands.
Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Roguel just keeps it around as a conversation piece. Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working.
It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it.
Is there something else you'd want to ask?
You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess?
No. I suppose I'm a little nervous after all the drama last week.
Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding?
It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts.
Right, and... Wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson.
It isn't? Oh. What do we do then?
I'll tell you later.
Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask?
That's all. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help.
It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something. I know you two saw me stealing as you came in. I appreciate that you didn't give me the third degree about it. You see, I'm trying to save up to follow my dreams and, well, never mind the rambling.
It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have much larger crime to worry about. Although, I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else. Silverware, perhaps?
Ah, you know about that? Yes, I suppose that was me. It started with a couple of teaspoons. I didn't think the Baron would miss those. But, you suppose the habit got a little away from me? That's one mystery solved, at least.
Mystery solved.
I would appreciate if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind and would hate to break his trust.
I see.
So what's your next, Big Bird?
I did the garden, did the lounge, down to the main hall.
Oh, did you messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order.
We had a good look. Thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you.
Please ask away. I have nothing to hide.
Hey, Sumio! Welcome to Twitch and welcome to the channel. The follow should be right above the... I guess it depends on what you're looking on. If you're on a PC, it should be right above the display. Should be a button that says follow. And I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a great time tonight. Baron Roguel, I would like to ask you about what your activities on the night of the murder.
Oh, am I in trouble?
iPad, I am not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. Let me take a look here. Not sure where it is. Not even my app's helping. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Raven, do you know where it would be on the iPad? Presuming? No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture.
I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived at 5 o'clock. We all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our pictures taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that.
I see.
Is there something else I can help you with, messieurs?
Excellent. Thank you, Raven. And thank you, Sami. I appreciate the follow, unless if you can figure it out. I appreciate it. I just appreciate that you're here with me today. No, I'm not going to tell about the housemaid. I'm going to keep her secret. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It probably is at heart.
It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, messieurs.
Did you get all that information you needed, Falcon?
I hope so.
Don't worry. If everything goes wrong with the trial, we can always just wing it.
Oh, then you might already be following. Terrible. Just terrible. Let's head back to the offices and get some rest. A new day. Alright. down to the studio. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock?
Wait! There's a note on the door! Ahem. The magnificent and marvelous artist, Monsieur Robitio de Robinio, is currently out on an artistic expedition.
The boat, the game, the ship will return on schedule next time I do get to it. There is no new content right now, and I did lose my old computer, so I have to start all the way from the beginning again, which is why it hasn't come back onto the stream. So when it does come up, you'll be the first one to see when you read the description of what the gameplay is. So it will come back, it's just not on the schedule right now.
He shall return when his muse sees fit.
When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean?
I think it means that he's a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out.
Mm-hmm.
What shall we do now?
Let's knock. We should knock anyway.
Alright, I don't see the harm. Nope, doesn't look like he's in, Falcon.
There's nothing else to do. Let's make a move.
Ugh, I hate the feeling of a wasted trip. Is there really nothing else we can do?
Maybe you are. It's entirely possible. We could break in or respect the note. Anything is possible in this world. Let's respect the note. We can't just ignore a note, Sparrowson.
If you say so.
We'll just have to come back later, if there's still time.
Right.
A new day. Alright. Let's see if we can get him on the day of the trial.
Falcon, it's a trial day. Stop messing around. We need to head to the courthouse already.
I was just...
Now! We're going to be late.
So you can't even go back there. Alright. Fair enough. The Palais de Justice. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble porticio of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance.
Are you nervous, Falcon?
Yes. Of course I'm nervous. We're woefully unprepared for this case. 2 days. We only had 2 days to prepare. How are we expected to get anything done in that time frame?
Calm your feathers, Falcon. We can do this.
Monsieur Falcon, Petit Sparrowson, is there anything you need me to do? No. We've got a handle on things.
Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case.
That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through.
Let's move it along, fellas.
I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon.
We will. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here?
J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Remington present. The readiest prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn it, that's not it. Oh, gosh, where are my notes?
Ha! I knew it!
Knew what?
Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes.
Oh. Was he smart?
No. He always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag.
That's good to know, but Sparson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, who scored the lowest?
I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate.
Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Ah, the jury present.
I'll present a counterfeit, Your Honor.
Remington.
Hey, Falcon. I thought we were only 6 members of the jury for a case like this. Why do I count 8?
Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assesseurs. Assesseurs. The associate judges.
Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Miao. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand.
Oh gosh, are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Voltaire, to the witness stand.
Inspector Voltaire, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
As you will, Your Honor.
I don't know why he's a pirate, but he is.
I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Monsieur, no, Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Inspector Juste Voltaire. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the gutter rats that plague the city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years and shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago.
Let's stick to the questions, Inspector.
Of course, Your Honor. Oh, great. I was hoping we'd get one of those bumbling cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn on his own mother if he saw her littering.
Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on the case?
That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime.
Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon the arrival?
Absolutely. Just after 7:30.
It's turning weird. It's getting some weird accent going in there for him.
We were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Romuel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Miao. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille, with his blood on her paws.
Well, that sounds like an open and shut case, in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail.
Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony.
Of course. I know this.
You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon.
Press for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Alright. Brought to the scene by the housemaid. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline. She was standing over the sliced open corpse with blood on her paws. Inspector, You say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws.
Correct. Blood clung to her fur like the guilt to a convict.
Whose blood was it?
Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course.
How can you be so sure? I object. The line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge! Falcon's trying to delay the court trial by asking pointless questions.
I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille?
I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than a suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time-wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? Well, we do know, as we found out, since the silverware was missing, the steak, she had to eat it by hand. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak.
Is this true?
Is this true, Monsieur Remington? In a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Wait a minute, wouldn't this be some like form of cannibalism going on if they're eating steak and fish and they're all animals? I don't know. I don't want to get into the moral logistics of animals eating other animals in an animal kingdom where animals are people. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim, but to the steak?
Well...
Wait, don't answer that, Inspector.
It is a possibility.
No! I gained a little fear. Blah, blah, blah. I gained a little favor. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. My voice is going to be trash tomorrow. So, Inspector Voltaire, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander for simply being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was, no doubt, brought up without flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper, civilized animal. How could she possibly have gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that's a good question. Or at least, it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. And that is the missing silverware. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report.
We weren't aware of anything missing from the Roguewell residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Roguewell approached us about this very subject last night. Ah!
What is the meaning of this? Bloody steak, misplaced silverware. Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report?
Lax, my investigation. Judge, I assure you that I am the most thorough investigative officer in the force.
Then it is amazing that the Parisian police manage to solve any crimes at all.
Oh dear.
Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little investigating for your next case.
Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time.
Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready.
Yes. Of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see. Monsieur Robito Robinho, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder.
Monsieur Robitio Robinho, please approach the stand and recite the oath.
How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I am the great Monsieur Robito Robinho, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste, tu es une pipe. I probably got that horribly wrong. You may have seen my work in hip magazines La Branche or C'est Chute. I can send you tweets, if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Robinho. But let's get down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Very well. I was hired by Baron Raguel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening, I pointed my camera, and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed the Baron and left. Like a true artiste. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you may ask. I brought a copy so you can all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see. Who do we have here? In the middle we see Baron Raguel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left we see Signor Potois de Miao, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally we see the housemaid, Conan Duhart, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, 2 people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first victim, and Monsieur Guanui. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miao. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment, Monsieur Robington. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, as Inspector Voltaire told us earlier, it was exactly the time when the murder took place. Do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Falcon, something is fishy. In the jail cell, Dame Cataline told us she was present when the photograph was taking place, but I don't see her in Robinho's photograph. That's true, but I can't use Dame Cataline's testimony as evidence. It has too little weight. If I want to prove that Monsieur Robinho's photograph is not a valid piece of evidence, I'll have to dish out evidence of my own. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. I like you have the judge's voice and accent like Tommy Shelby in Peaky Blinders. Very well. The defense may proceed. It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence.
Alright, select a statement to question. Okay. Monsieur Robinio, you say that you arrived at 7 o'clock. Give or take a couple of minutes, yes. How long did it take to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. That leaves 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, you surely aren't suggesting that Monsieur Robinio did something nefarious in this small window of time? No, I'm not. Not at all. I'm just trying to piece together the evening's events. Huh. I spent a little time talking with Baron Rogua when I arrived. That's probably where the rest of the time went. Yes, I do. How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 6:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Crinier was around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to my appointments. Yes, I do. Actually, never mind. Apparently I don't. I have no more questions about the arrival time. Okay. Yeah, the photograph. Let's take a closer look at this photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious, because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, monsieur. The camera is perfect. Unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you should be more specific. Certainly. Bam, right there. That's what I want to look at. The clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it. Huh. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with a key piece of evidence that implicates his client. Huh. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Robington. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. And we know it doesn't have hands. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. What is most curious, because the clock of the lounge of Chateau Crinier has no hands. It has no hands. The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Roguella's housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinio, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Remington's accent is everything. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect you used paint or ink to carefully put hands on the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph,
just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, you're raising up absurd. Why would a witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears the photographer's subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinio created the perfect alibi. Oh, of course, this raises a further question. Who is the witness protecting? Sounds like a 1930s advertising. And why was Monsieur Robinio coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinio. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all, you see?
You did it. You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille.
What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printing photographs, and yes, that included adding the hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say.
Monsieur Robinio, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You're pledged to speak without fear, after all.
With respect, Judge, I fear his claws. More than I fear the punishment of the justice system, I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon?
That's most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinio, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient ancien regime, after all. But since you admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you or stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course.
I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. After all that, I needed a drink. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant! Don't be dense, Monsieur Robington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that the other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it's possible that another person was painted in. Well, he's a nervous rabbit. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying? Saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Signor Petrodinial, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks a means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Signor Potois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rugrel deliberately tried to frame the dame? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar to our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Robington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However...
Perhaps I should offer my opinion.
But Baron, is time for your witness testimony yet?
So you'd think, prosecutor. And yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence.
Incompetence?
Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge?
Yes, I suppose that's fine.
Very good. And I trust that the defense has no objections.
No objections here.
Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening.
Okay. Rogua, on the night of the
The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Cataline followed behind him moments later. Senor Patois, Monsieur Robinio, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Cataline. That would have been when I heard her cry for help.
Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness.
Do you doubt my integrity, Gaston?
I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron.
Very well, then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Roguel, am an honest man, cat.
The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. The dinner, when the fire replied, Mr. Grundy left to visit the garden. Found behind him, my housemaid discovered the pair just after the photographer left and called for help. Baron Roguel, I would like to ask you about the dinner you served that evening.
Very well. Ask away.
Earlier today, we established that the silverware was stolen from your residence prior to the banquet.
Indeed, I am aware of who the culprit is, but have decided not to press strongly on charges.
It is curious, then, you decide to serve steak. It isn't what one would describe as finger food, after all.
I don't know about that, Falcon. With the right attitude, all food can be finger food.
There's nothing curious about it. Senor Patois and Dame Cataline are vocal lovers of rare steak. I was merely suiting their needs.
Besides, what other choice did the Baron have, Falcon? Vegetable broth like a common peasant?
Do be quiet, prosecutor. You sound ridiculous.
Sorry, Baron. Yes. No, I'm not going to fall for the red herring. Let's choose a different topic. Alright, my housemaid discovered... You know what? Baron Roguel, I have a couple of questions about your housemaid, Caroline Duhat. Ooh, we found that cigar. Does your housemaid smoke cigars?
Huh? Well, that question came out of left field.
Definitely not. Mademoiselle Duhat detests the smell of tobacco.
I see.
Putting together a bigger picture, are we?
I think so. The pieces are slowly falling into place. Actually, no. On second thoughts, we've talked about the housemaid long enough already, haven't we? Let's change the subject. He does smoke cigars. Garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene, your garden, for ourselves. Baron Roguel, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden?
As it happens, I have quite serious allergies, and I haven't been in my own garden for years.
Years, you say?
Indeed.
Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to the scrutiny.
Oh, and why is that?
because we have hard evidence that you visited the gardens recently.
Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court of this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden.
A cigar was found at the bottom of the fountain. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and...
Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself.
Okay, sorry then.
That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin.
You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded. But as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience. And a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden.
There are a number of possible explanations.
Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, you, Baron Roguel, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities.
Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be?
You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Roguel, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is where you are trying to keep hidden.
Directly accusing me of murder. How shamelessly brazen.
That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegations are baseless. You have no evidence and no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? Think harder, Monsieur Robington. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Roguel as a prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robinio confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws.
Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence.
You want a full motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of the railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2.
This is preposterous!
And finally, the Baron had the opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and yet he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influential photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of the handless clock made for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it might be said.
Prosecutor, are you just gonna let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something! Object! Oh, you're pitifully useless.
After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So, out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Seigneur Potois de Miao, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised.
This is an outrage! Judge, I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic!
No, there's only one outrage here.
That is, a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind.
How dare you, garçon! This utter nerve of lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself is something so heinous. I'm nothing like that fat cat bourgeois. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist.
No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs.
You're incredulous, whelp. I'd have got you right here and now, like a damn frog! Could someone please restrain the Baron?
I'm on it, Yana! Let's go, man. To the consigliere. I can't say it. With you.
Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw! I can walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add?
Well, in a manner of speaking, to be honest, no.
Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that the animals of the court please be patient in this time.
Falcon, that was pretty incredible!
Thank you. I just hope it was enough.
What do you mean? You just proved Cataline's innocence. We get a not guilty verdict for sure.
Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system.
What's that?
I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs. It's just not possible. All we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty.
I'm not sure I understand the difference.
We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Catalina de Miao, to be not guilty.
Monsieur Faucon, Petit Sparrowson, you did it.
Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we?
We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon!
I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement.
I am so proud of you both. I'll go get 1 bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses.
You are amazing, Monsieur Faucon. It was nothing.
I very much like the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius.
Well, I didn't pin anything. Sparrowson and I just worked at unveiling the truth, given the facts of the case.
Monsieur Faucon, there is no need to play coy. The case is over.
Play coy?
Don't tell me you're actually being sincere.
I'm completely lost.
Oh, wow. I thought the goody-goody thing was all an act. But you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand?
Business?
To increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old flog was the weakest link.
Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Raguel's cigar butt hidden in the garden.
Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose it was putting too much faith in the brains of police's finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinio's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinio to paint over Baron Raguel and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering the photograph by trial day. It is a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because it had gone very badly. What's with all the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine. So much for the celebration. Here's the payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Well, adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, petite person. Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon?
That is the end of Act 1, ladies and gentlemen. For Act 1 that stayed for the entire time of this probable ear rape. I hope everyone enjoyed. That killed my voice, man. My throat hurts. So, that was Act 1 of Aviary Attorney that I had to do for the second time because my other game was lost. It will be back. It will be back because I have never done Act 2. I've never seen it, never played it, and it will be very interesting. So with that, we're going to end. Frostpunk is tomorrow. We'll be starting a brand new city with the brand new scenarios, new locations, new events. Did a huge patch. It's going to be awesome. So, with that said, everyone, I hope you had a blast. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. I've been Antagonizer, you all been awesome, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.